Now, Baltimore City's ShotSpotter system captures the sounds of gunfire in the city and immediately alerts police officers. The city police department believes ShotSpotter would be a crucial part of its technology overhaul. WMAR 2 News investigative reporter Brian Kubler examines 9 months worth of data and shows us where the shootings are happening, how many, and the traumatic cost in Baltimore City neighborhoods.
She was beautiful, silly, kind, good.
Gone. Like the way that she left, like I feel like she was robbed of, her life. She was 18. She finally knew what she wanted to do. Like she wanted to do nursing, she wanted to do EMT. She wanted to help people. She loved to help people.
March 11th, Taylor Davis had just left her family's row home on Appleton Street in West Baltimore to go to the store. She was helping her older sister pick out outfits for an upcoming trip. Taylor said she'd be right back, but she walked out of the door and into a hail of gunfire.
And then all of a sudden you just heard boom, boom, boom. And it's crazy because if I hear that same gun today, I don't know what kind of gun it was, but it'll make me feel the same way I felt that day.
That rhythmic thunder was caught on the Baltimore Police Department's ShotSpotter technology. Witnesses say the shooter stood at the top of the block and indiscriminately fired. One bullet caught Taylor. Police were alerted over their ShotSpotter app and responded almost immediately. They tried to calm Taylor's older sister, Montre, who is in the medical field herself, but she knew.
Can you just imagine, like, every time you walk in somewhere, you can just visualize your sister's body laying on the ground. Certain things don't come from out of your head like that. It's like an image I'll always have.
And that sound. Gunfire echoes throughout the streets and alleyways of wide parts of this city. The soundtrack of Baltimore claiming lives at a stubbornly high rate, critically injuring hundreds more. According to data from the department, since June of last year when it was launched through March of this year, just 9 months, the ShotSpotter technology has recorded nearly 1,700 shooting incidents on the city's east and west sides. Some of them a single shot, others speak with such a fluency and brazenness, the ear can barely distinguish one round from the next.
I am taken back not just by the amount of rounds, but the amount of times people are actually firing the guns at other people.
Baltimore Police Commissioner Michael Harrison says he is well aware of just how many shootings there are, in large part because ShotSpotter is filling in a data point that until last year relied solely on 911 calls.
The response time to an area where shots are being fired is exponentially faster. Number two, it's giving us information that otherwise would not come our way if citizens did not call.
And you can now see it. WMAR 2 News heat mapped the data from BPD's ShotSpotter program. The deeper the red, the more shootings. The Western District shootings outnumber Eastern by roughly 2 to 1.
Using the data analytics, the hope would be to have the resources to be in areas that we could prevent some of that from happening. Although it happens all over the city, it really allows us to kind of be where we know crime has historically happened, shots are being fired historically, and deployed to that so that we can prevent it, we can displace it, and then be there early enough to apprehend people who actually commit those crimes.
But while Harrison says ShotSpotter is informing deployments, there is a long way to go. Much of the department's technologies exist in silos, and there is an ongoing and what he called a robust effort to upgrade the entire infrastructure to better inform the crime fight. The goal, he says, is prevention and efficiency, not just a response.
How many more, innocent people have to die for people to wake up?
But for the Davis family, the indiscriminate gunfire is spraying too much pain. It left Montre's sister laying beneath the window of her home with a fatal gunshot wound. Deflated balloons, a stuffed animal, and her sister's trauma still mark the spot.
It's an undescribable void. It's a constant hurt, like a constant ache or constant wound that, no matter how many Band-Aids you try to put over top of it, it's going to peel away. It's not going to go away.
Loss is mounting from west to east as the acoustics of gunfire crackle across hidden microphones throughout the city of Baltimore. In Baltimore, Brian Kubler, WMAR 2 News.
Now, the murder of Taylor Davis back in March is still unsolved, and so is the shooting of 5-year-old Amy Hayes that you heard Brian talking about in that piece. If you have any information that could help investigators in either of those cases, you're asked to call Metro Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous. The number is 1-866-7-LOCK-UP.